Okay, good morning, everyone. Today I was thinking, what should I talk about? I asked God, I always ask God. I asked God, what should I talk about tomorrow? Yesterday I was preparing this and I was asking God. And God told me that talk about this topic. So pay attention. Recently, I don't know how recent it is, so don't criticize me for setting recently because I don't know. There is a film. Everybody knows Marvel Studio. This studio create film all about superpower. When you see these movies, Superman, uh, Batman, Spider-Man, and Wonder Woman, and just most recently, Black Lady, I guess. I'm not sure about the name. The film Black something. All you see is one person who has superficial power, Batman, and all that. But don't cut up with that power. Put your attention in other things. Don't focus. Don't be obsessed with that superficial power. Because there is other things that we'll talk about. If you're obsessed with superficial power like Superman, then you miss a lot of things. This is entertaining. Yes, you can have fun by watching Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, learn a lesson from the films. This film, Wonder Woman, who is created by Marvel Studio, showing grit and power. Let me give you a synopsis of the film, give you rundown what happened in the film, and I will talk about it when I give you the synopsis. There is a stone. You see, we see a young girl from the start. We see a young girl who is ambitious, who has power, and she wants to compete with young ladies. She's a little girl. She wants to compete with young ladies, but she cheats. The trainer, I guess, or the judge of the game, because there was a game, didn't allow her to win because she cheated, and she told her greatness is doesn't come with cheating. You can achieve greatness. Everyone can achieve greatness. But the important thing is definition of greatness. How do you define greatness? When you talk about glorifying God, who do you glorify? You glorify men who, even if they're humble, you glorify men or praise men or you glorify God Himself. So let's talk about this. That little girl grew up. That little girl grew up, and then we fast forward. to 1984. So she never see that technology. There are a lot of technology in that. But she coped with the technology and she got a job in an industry that deal with antiquity. She was expert on that. One day, the company hired a new lady, Barbara. And that lady was ignored by everybody. Not she feels that. I don't think she was ignored by anybody, but she feels invisible. She thinks that nobody noticed her. She thinks that nobody pay attention to her. She met Diana, the confident because she had a lot of power. She fast forward from past, and even when she was a little girl, she was competing. So she was confident. She had so much power. That's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is Diana. She she was full of power, above and beyond anybody else. And she helped solving the crime. We see that there was a crime and she helped the police to get the thieves. And even she helped that lady that one man bothered and bugged her. She came and defend her. So when FBI, the police department, the federal police investigation, FBI is Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's abbreviation. FBI means Federal Bureau of Investigation. So she, Barbara hired, get hired by that company, and the first day of the work, FBI asked her to recognize the artifact. She was so excited. She never was involved in such a thing like this. It comes that there was a stone who had magical power in these collection. She was desperate and she wished that she could be like Diana. She had power, she was sexy, she had confidence, full package. Every man wants that. And then it happened that that stone had the power to grant the wishes. She didn't know that. She wished out of desperation. And the wish granted. The first thing happened when she went to a party. She met a man. That man was so greedy and he was in desperate situation. He found an investor and the investor wanted to cut the money. That investment was on oil and he wasn't successful at all. But he knew about the stone. She approached that lady, Barbara, and they went to the office. And when they were talking dot dot dot, he borrowed the stone. And because he knew the power of stone and he was so greedy, he knew whatever he wished it come true. So what he wished for to be stone himself. Nobody think about that. When you are so greedy in the church, I'm talking in the church. Let's talk about the church. When you are so greedy and full of yourself, so what do you wish for? What do you pray for? You pray be God Himself. You see, we have in the church some not just one pastor wished for be God Himself. He wanted to be God Himself. That's the story of that man in the film. When you are full of yourself, you said, okay, I want to be God Himself. That's how greed works. But there is always consequences we seen during the fall. The stone, a stone has power that grant wishes, but there is always but. You lose something in the process. You see, I told you everybody can achieve greatness. But in the process, you lose something. When you want to go up the ladder, for example, in corporate level, if you want to achieve different level, if you want to go high, and you do everything to go high in the ladder of corporate level. But every time you try and you tell lie, you manipulate, you kill somebody, it doesn't mean kill physically. You terrorize somebody. You defend a wrong thing. You push away other people. No, you want to go up the ladder. You do everything, no matter what. Every step that you go high, you lose something. Maybe you lose your friends. First, you lose your friends. And then you lose your genuinity. You become a fake. Because when I told you, when you tell a lie, you want to cover that lie. Lie after lie after lie. There is a pile of lie then. You cannot get rid of that lie. Because you want to go up the ladder. And then you do everything. You gossip, you lie, you cheat, just because you want to get a raise. You want to go from normal clerk to manager, VP, VIP, vice president, and even president himself, whatever. You want to go up the ladder. And what happened to this man? And Diana knew this. When she found out, she said, okay, we have to stop that man. We have to find that stone and stop these things. Because everyone is in danger. I mean, everybody, all nation was in danger. Okay, that man think it that he wanted to be the stone himself, and he became a stone himself. And then he went to everyone, and he asked them to make a wish. And when they make a wish, their wish come true. He had the power to grant wishes. But in return, he gets something out of that. And he get control of half of the oil reservoir. He go to other people and ask them to wish. Even he went to a minister and told him that get the congregation hold hand and make a wish, and then I grant wishes. He gets something in return. Sometimes we full of ourselves. Sometimes we want to. I met such kind of person. You meet somebody, they do something for you, but they want to get something in return for themselves. They grant your wishes, but it's for a wrong reason. Someone is kind to you, but it's for wrong reason. Like my ex-publisher. I went to them to publish my book, and they accepted, but it was for the wrong reason. Before that, I went to a lady to edit my book, and she accepted and get some money from me, but it was for the wrong reason. So even if you are kind, even you are cool, it could be for the wrong reason. Yes, that's so true. Even if you are a gentleman, it could be for the wrong reason. You have a face, tell everybody I'm a gentleman, and inside you have something different from what you say. You have something different inside from what you say, from what you act. I know a lady, a psychologist lady, she had a poker face. She tried to don't show any emotion. She didn't want anybody to know what is her emotion. That's why they have a poker face. That's how fake they are. Like my ex publisher. I know, I work with them. That's how I know they are fake. So if you want to be God Himself, then I'm sorry for you. Before it's too late, come back. Come back before it's too late. Repent. Okay, so that Barbara lady, she got the power and she realized that she has the power. So, first thing, do you remember somebody who doesn't capacity to receive power? First thing they do, revenge. Do you remember Bruce Almighty? He received the power of God himself. But what he did? First, he revenged. He went to TV station and he revenged because he didn't capacity to receive power. And the Barbara thing did the same. First, he went to the street and saw that man that bothered her and said, "Do you remember me?" And she beat the hell out of that man. First thing, she lost her kindness. She was a kind girl. But when she received power, she was a mean girl. Out. So when Diana asked help from Barbara to solve this problem, because Barbara didn't know how she get that power, she helped her. When they gathered to discuss about this, Diana said, "We have to find the stone, and I don't know where the stone is." But before she met that man, and she asked that man where is the stone is. The man said, "You look at it. You are looking at it." She didn't understand at first. When she asked where is the stone, she said, "You are looking at it, the stone." When they were gathering and discuss about this problem, she realized that, oh, so he must have wished to be a stone himself. Then he was the stone himself. So we have to destroy that man. At first, Dinah didn't want to destroy that man, but sometimes we have no choice. So she wanted to destroy, she wanted to stop that man, whatever it cost. And Marmar said, "No, no, you cannot do this." Because she got the power and she knew that if that man stopped, she lose her power. She said, "I'm not going back to the ordinary girl that I was." She said that, "Oh, no chance. I wish to be like you and I want to keep my power. So I don't want to go back. I want to be like you and I want to have power. It's so have enjoyable and have fun with this power. I don't want to go back to that ordinary girl that nobody notices me. I don't want to go back to that kind of girl. I don't want to be that kind of girl." And there was a fight. There was a fight. In the meantime, she defended him because she didn't want to Dinah and get in touch with him. He went to the US president and asked him to wish for something. And US president asked if there is a problem in the world, if we had nuclear power, more nuclear power, they had to respect us. And grant is wished. And the man gets something in return. He got respect. So everything he grant wishes, he gets something. So when he grant wishes for that investor, he got oil because he was oil investor. And when he grant wishes for US president, he got respect for himself. So everything that they wish he grant, but he did it for himself, not for being the kindness or grand wishes for anybody. He wanted for himself. And in a fight, the Barbara thing got away and said, "Oh, if you touch that man again, I'm gonna destroy you." Barbara said, "If you touch that man, I'm gonna destroy you." So what happened here? But Dinah couldn't stop that because she knew that catastrophe is coming a long way. That man that acquired respect, he said, "What is this?" There was a top secret. And he got all the secrets, top secrets. And he demanded to access to satellite. He wanted to go globally. He wasn't satisfied with little things. Even he had power. He had respect. He had money, all the money. No, half the oil reservoir of the world. So much money, you cannot imagine that. He had that. And he had respect. But he wasn't satisfied with that. So he went through the satellite and he talked globally. And he said, "Wish and I grant your wish. Wish and I grant your wish." Through the globally TV. And everybody was, they were excited to wish. Everybody in the world wish for something in consequences. Because your wish may be against somebody else's wish. You wish for something, somebody else that wish for exact opposite of your wish. So there will be chaos. And it will happen. Chaos. And Russian. Because there was a nuclear power. So Russian started nuclear power and they attack US. Although they thought they didn't do anything, the secretary and all the White House workers, they said, "We didn't do anything. Why Russian want to attack us?" But because of that wish. Okay, he was granting wish. Wish, wish, wish. Somebody just out of the anger, they wish, "Oh, I wish you were dead." And that person dropped that. Is what happened in the world. And then Dinah came to the scene. And Barbara wasn't satisfied either. No, this is the same thing. Barbara has so much power. She wanted to be like Dinah. She had a lot of power, but she wasn't satisfied with this. She wasn't satisfied with this. She wanted number one. She said, "I want to be number one." And the man said, "I like what you think." Because he wanted to be number one as well. So when you want to power for yourself and you meet somebody the same you like, you said you're gonna like it. When you meet somebody who think like yourself, you said you're gonna like it. But if you are different from that person, you cannot match. That man was so greedy. That man was so full of himself. He wanted to be number one. He never satisfied. And that lady think the same way. When you are following God's heart and meet somebody that's following God's heart, then you say you're gonna like it. Whatever I do, you're gonna like it, because you and me are both following God's heart. So we like each other. It's two way. When you follow God's heart and meet somebody follow God's heart, you're gonna like each other. It's the same happen. If you are full of yourself and meet somebody full of herself, and they match together. The way they think is the same. The analogy that they use is the same. So they like each other. That's the same happen. Okay, Dinah came to the scene and they fight and said, "What did you do, Barbara?" Because she was different. She became an animal. She wasn't herself because she wanted to be number one. She didn't want to be like Barbara anymore. She wanted to be above and beyond. So he talking to TV and said, "Grant your wish, grant your wish," because everybody was wishing, and he said, "Grant your wish, grant your wish." And Diana said, "Stop, stop. You don't know what are you losing. Stop. Renounce your wish. Renounce your wish." And he said, "Why would I? I'm in the center of the world. Everybody is around and under my name. My name is above everybody. Everyone in the world around my name. I'm in the center of the attention of the world. Every single person in the world is under my name." He was actually, yes, he was the center of the attention of the world. Because when he could grant wishes of every single person, he could get something from them. And said, "Why would I renounce my wish?" And Dinah said, "I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to everybody else. Because if they renounce their wishes, then everything going back to normal. There was a nuclear war ahead." And they look at the history. Every nation that got that stone destroyed completely. Okay, so nobody renounced their wishes. But all of a sudden, that man had a son. He remembered his son, and his son was crying, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." He ignored that, but all of a sudden, fortunately, he remembered his son, and he said, "Oh, I have to save my son." And then he renounced his wishes. And that act of unselfishness corrected everything. So that one man renounced his wishes, and everything went back to normal. If you wish for something, let's go back to real life. So that was the film. I wanted to make a point that greed has its own ways. You have to find a way, greed find a way to get more. You want more, more and more, once again, once again, once again. Greedy has his own ways to get more money, to get more followers. You go to Instagram and find a way, hashtag, "Oh, come, follow me, follow me, follow me." Greed always find a way to find more followers. Hashtag. You are never satisfied with your followers. You want to get more followers. Follow me, follow me, follow me. And when you get power, you want more power. Oh, this, 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 this person, these people are honoring me, they respect me, but I'm not satisfied. I want to more people to respect me. Me. Greed and power work like this. You want some colleagues and you want more colleagues. You want more, me. Greed work like this. When you are full of yourself, you always say me. Always. That's why I'm telling you that. Young people, you have a long way ahead of yourself. If you are waiting for letter, then you better think twice. You never get that letter. If you are waiting for a letter, young people, you never get that letter. Believe me, you never get that letter. At least one teacher in the church, he wants to grant wish and get something in return. He placed himself in, not only one. I met few people, they place themselves in a place of God. They sit in the seat of throne of God. They sit in the throne of God and said, come to me. I seen with my own eyes. So young people, you never get satisfied if you are waiting for somebody follow you or come to you to rescue themselves or to be helped. So that's my message today, that greed never be satisfied. If you want, you look at something and you want it, you want more and more. So stop, and then you will be servant of God. But if you want to be God himself, it's not gonna work. Believe me. Peace of God be with you all.